Welcome to the Nikki Rich Show. I'm your host, Miss Nikki Rich, and we have an exciting guest for you today. And we got an exciting show. But before we get to all that, I want you guys to know that you're tuned in to the hottest show, the Nikki Rich Show, broadcasting out of Los Angeles, California. And you can check us out at thenikkirichshow.com. You can also check us out on social media, Instagram, The Nikki Rich Show, Twitter and Facebook, Nikki Rich Show, and Nikki Rich Show TV. And subscribe to our YouTube, which is Nikki Rich Show TV, guys. And I'm the host, Miss Nikki Rich. And today we're talking with a powerful woman. She has an amazing story. And not only that, she is a boss. So I'm excited to welcome Miss Angel in the house. And we're going to be talking about her story and her upcoming projects. So welcome to the Nikki Rich Show, Miss Angel Thomas-Spann. How are you doing?
I'm blessed. I am blessed. First, let me say thank you for having me on your show. Oh my God. It's a blessing to be on here. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. This was a dream for me, and you definitely have accomplished my dream. I wanted to be on this show.
Yes. Well, we want to start off by getting to know you. First off, tell us a little bit about where you're from.
I am from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm from a housing project right outside of the Titan Stadium. I actually got to watch them build the Titan Stadium as a little girl. So that was very fascinating for me. I am a mom. I am a mom of six. I became a mom at a young girl. And basically, as a teenager, I was looking for love, but I didn't know how to love myself. My self esteem was low. And so the first person that I met, I let them take me on a roller coaster.
Wow. Well, and speaking of, just give us a little brief about, why we're here today, a little bit about your story, your background, and then we're going to get into the great stuff, the projects. But tell us a little bit
Okay,
about your
so
story.
what got me here is basically I was a teenage mom, and I ended up hiding domestic violence at 16 years old. My nose was broken at 16 years old, and I told my mom I ran into a wall.
Mhm.
So of course, without my mom knowing these things, she continued to let me date this man. And I got pregnant at 17 with our first child. And then I felt obligated to marry him. The way that he loved me was never love. We got married at 19 years old, and I paid for the wedding. I paid for the wedding. I paid for us to get married, but we never ever had an anniversary. So I just kept sitting up and having these kids, which is why we're going to talk about why the movie is called Too Blind to See, because I was more worried about how my life looked to them, the people outside, than how it actually felt to me. So at 16, he broke my nose. At 18 years old, he put dreadlocks into my hair. At 21 years old, he took me down a flight of stairs and took out all of my hair, and I stayed. Um, at
Mm,
22 years old, he knocked out my teeth. I stayed,
wow.
and I continued to have his children. He decided that I should move out of my place and that he was going to help me get a place. And I was taking this from a man who sold drugs. It wasn't a man who actually had a job, so it wasn't anything stable. I was young and dumb. I'll be
Hmm.
honest. I was young and dumb because it wasn't stable. So when I did move out of my place, it took him 2 years to get me a place. We got a place, and in
Hmm.
1 month we didn't have a place again. He left me
Wow.
for a woman who didn't have a place just like me. And as a pity of a woman that I was, I'll be honest with you.
This sounds like a
My last,
pattern.
yeah,
It
my
sounds
last
like a
child was
pattern
made in
that
this
was
lady's
into your
house
life.
in her bed. My
Mm.
last child by him was made in her house in her bed to prove a point to her. But what my message is today is that I let my son down. I let myself down. I was busy taking all these things in a pattern, like you stated. because I was stuck on a family should stay together. A family should stay together. That makes the kids happier. Guess what I found out though? My kids wasn't happier until they saw mommy happy. They wasn't
Mm.
happy. They were happy when I got happy, when I got the clarity in my mind to be able to focus on them and what was important in our bond. Other than that, they wasn't happy. So I finally left. I left after going to jail 10 times for something I didn't do. If I was sneaking to him, she would call the police on me. Anything. I gave birth to my child and I prayed to God to restore me, clear me, cleanse me. I rode down there with them and I gave them a divorce. I rode with him and her in a car and I gave him a divorce. We
Mm.
developed a
So you were still
co-parent.
married.
We were still married while he was with her. While
Mm.
all this was going on, first, before her was actually her friend that he made a baby with. They had a baby, and the baby was born on our daughter's first birthday. And I stayed. I stayed. He dropped up me and my daughter off at my grandma's house for me to get a 5-year old ready for Chuck E. Cheese. And I'll tell you how bad that day was for me as a mother. As a mother,
Mm.
we cannot put control in men's hands because it says husband and wife. I know that that is what it says, and I know that's what it says in the Bible. But some of these men
Mm.
we giving power to, they don't deserve the power. It'll take you down.
Mhm.
Now let me tell you what happened that day. He dropped me and my baby off, and I tell my daughter, a 5-year old understand what's going on, Miss Nikki. You understand me? So she know that she getting ready for Chuck E. Cheese. He never comes back. 4 days later, he was in
Mm.
control of the car and the money. So what could I do? I felt like a pity of a mother. And she
Mm.
kept saying, "Where is he? Where is he? Where is he?" I get on my Facebook, and there's a birth certificate with his name signed. A man that I have gave 10 years to. A birth certificate signed with his name. The daughter born on our first daughter's birthday. At this time, I got 4 of your kids. You knocked my teeth out. You broke my nose. You took my hair out. My hair that I mentally went into a depression about and wouldn't let it grow for years. And then I turn around and I fight cancer.
Mm.
While they were together, I fought cancer. We tried to co-parent. I sent my child over there. The way that she came back is in the movie. Everybody has to see the movie so they can find out how she came
We're
back.
gonna get to that first. Now, tell us
I'm
how
sorry.
you pick yourself back up. How did you pick yourself back up?
I picked myself back up with God, with faith, with prayer.
Mhm.
I really picked myself back up after he committed suicide.
Mm.
He committed suicide, and our 12-year-old daughter found him hanging. She was bullied while living with me. And she one day she came home and she mistreated me and my kids. And I couldn't understand why she was mistreating us because she's a pretty good girl. And she was like, it's hard to be me. And as a mother, I want to know, how is it hard to be you if I'm paying all the bills, I'm taking care of your clothes? As a mother, you're supposed to pick that up from your kid. So for me to hear that my kids say it's hard to be her, killed me. It hurted me. So she was like, Mama,
Mhm.
it's the kids at school. So she said, can I go live with my dad? It was in 2019. And I said, all summer, I said, I'll think about it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. August the 7th, I let her go. August 7th, 2019. She wasn't there even 60 days. 12 years old, 5 days after her birthday, he hung himself outside of her bedroom
Mm.
window that she shared at his house. She was
That's a
12.
lot for a young child. It's a lot, and it's a lot for you. Just even just the transitions and everything. It's a lot for everybody. But that is something I could not imagine. I could never imagine just going through that. But look at you today. You're here. You're still standing. You're
And I
able to
thank
tell
God for
your
that.
story.
Yeah.
You're able to tell your story, and and you were able to, just fight back, gravitate to who you are again.
Amen.
Everybody
Yeah.
need to know who you are, and you did that.
Amen. And so
You did
now,
that.
today, I feel like me and my daughter, we need to uplift people because I just told you at 12 years old, she found her daddy hanging. That's every year at her birthday, she is down, right? She went
Mhm.
into freshman year as a freshman, like they normally do, and she ended as a freshman because she suffered from PTSD before she got there, anxiety before she got there, and depression,
Mhm.
already diagnosed before she got there. So it got worse. But today, we are here to take a stand, me and my daughter, because she's a senior. She's 16 years old, and she's a senior. She's giving me a high school diploma, Miss Nikki, something I couldn't give my mama.
Yes. And I'm
You
so
that
glad.
alone, that
Mhm.
alone right there, that's more than life could ever give me.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes. Yes.
Like that's more than life could ever give me. I couldn't give that to my mama. My baby giving that to me after every obstacle that she went through, after seeing her mama get beat on, after seeing me not love me correctly. She knows her worth. I'm so grateful
N-
for that.
Now, you know, now with you finding yourself, picking yourself back up, were you able to find love?
Yes. Love found me. And love
Love
is
found
good to
you. I
me.
like that. Look, let's talk about that. Look, I didn't. Thank you. It wasn't. Was you able to find love? It was that. What you say? Love
Love found
found
me.
me. Yes, and that's what we want. You
Yeah.
didn't go looking. It found you.
Oh,
And
I
that's the
didn't have to
thing.
go
When you
looking.
love on you, it's gonna come to you. It's gonna come.
Yes.
By the grace of
And it's
God.
gonna be God fearing. It's gonna pray for you.
Mhm.
It don't talk mean to you. It accepts you for you. It know you damaged. Do you hear me? When love finds you, it accepts you for you and it molds you.
But you know what? Another thing, your tongue is powerful. You believe in God, you have to get in that Bible because you are not damaged. You're not damaged. God created us of his image. God ain't damaged. Don't speak that on you.
Okay.
You is not
Okay.
damaged.
You right. Well, I mean,
If
let
you're a
me say this.
believer and you know who God is
Yeah.
and what he's done for you, you're not damaged.
Okay. Sometimes I
Sometimes
just like to have my
we
moments,
all
Miss Nikki.
we all go
Maybe I
through.
just have my moments
I'm gonna get.
sometimes.
We got some comments, guys. We're gonna bring in the
Oh
comments.
my God.
Let's talk about it. They say yes, Miss Angel. Her story will impact millions. The movie Too Blind to See. We're gonna get to that, y'all. We coming with that. Yes. Shout out to everybody. Yes. Shout out to
Oh
Wendy
my God.
Williamson Jones,
Oh my
Thomas
God.
Carter, The Strength of a Woman. Okay, y'all. Yes, showing love. Thank y'all for uh thank you, Wendy said I pray for you and your family,
And your
Angel.
family.
Yes, let's
Thank you.
let's give her all the prayers. But speaking of, okay, let's get to it. Everybody's talking about it. Too Blind to See. You are executive producer, the creator. Let's talk about it.
Yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk
Yeah,
about it.
let's talk about
This
it.
movie is going to make an impact. It's going to show you that your faith don't fail you. You understand me? In this movie, I named myself Faith Gains because in this movie, you realize that faith gains strength to go on no matter what obstacle
Yes.
hit her. And I say this because with faith, you learn that faith has childhood trauma. And it's hard to
Mhm.
go on when you're putting a band-aid over that childhood trauma. And that's what Faith was doing. So that means she was carrying it with her, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Yes.
In the movie, you'll find out that the things that Faith put a band-aid on, Faith needed to open up and actually heal from that so she can know how to be loved.
Okay.
She did. She needed to learn, she needed to open up from that. Because we all got a parent. We all got a parent.
Mhm.
But when you're missing a parent, you're missing a parent. That's just the best way that I can say that, because I walked around a lot and I would be funny and I would say, "Oh, my mama showed me three dads," and I would laugh with kids and say that that was funny because my mama did show me three dads. But in
Mhm.
actuality, it hurt me. It hurt me, and it put trauma on me because that love that I was taught I had three dads, I still didn't know which one truly loved me or which one was my dad. So I feel like I walked around looking for that in a boy too, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yes, we got a shout out to Rail LaFay, Harmonics Extension. Said, Angel, you better preach. Yes. Shout out to her.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Hey. So in this
Nia
movie,
Renee, she says, Miss Angel is spilling the tea. Your journey is a testimony. Thank you for living
oh
in
my
your
God.
truth. Hey, thank you, Nia. Yes, it's
Yeah.
important. That's why we're here today, to share this amazing story, and the Nikki Rich Show. We are a positive platform, for everyone. We are for everyone, for those who, have a story. And everybody always say, how do you get these amazing guests? I said, it's God. It's through God.
Amen.
He knows, and he connected us. It's for everyone, but everybody won't be on the Nikki Rich show. Everybody won't get to
Yeah.
get to, but we are blessed and we welcome, everybody. And shout out to everybody that's tuned in. We love you. Thank you for listening. But tell us a little bit about this process of this film. The cast.
I
When
will say
will the
this.
okay?
I will say that I decided that I needed to come out of this shell. I was in a dark place with everything that happened to me. And once I realized that I was okay with my hair being gone, okay with showing people that my teeth was gone, I realized that I found the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go out there and I need to tell people out there in the world that you are not what you have been through. You need to come
Mm-hmm.
out of here. So I reached out to this man that wrote the movie Rose Gold on Tubi. His name is Thomas Carter.
Yes,
And
Thomas.
he believed in me when nobody else did. I reached out to him and he believed in me. I'll tell you this though, Miss Nikki, he was busy. And I tried to rush God, and you can't rush God. So I
Mm-hmm.
went somewhere and it didn't deliver. And I went back to Thomas Carter again with no money, nothing but my story, him believing me, and faith that we can make this happen. He wrote my
Yes,
script.
Thomas. Yes, and shout out to Sherry Beasley, much love. She said she loves you. Markeisha
I love you
Williams,
too.
congratulations. She said congratulations on getting your dream interview. Yes.
Yes. They know I've been
And
trying to get on
we
that
gotta shout out
show.
your girl LaFay again. Miss Terrell LaFay. We got to shout her out
Oh, she
because she
said,
be
we're
doing
gonna
her
bless
thing
we still have
on the
you.
extensions,
Yes.
the hair.
God is good.
And you look amazing today. Tell us your look. Let us know about your look today.
Went into Walmart and I said, I'm going on an interview and I don't know what nothing else is. So I picked up this dress. And I said, okay, let me reach out to the girl. Her name is Ginger Studios on Instagram. I said, let me see if she can do my hair really fast because I need my hair done. She said, you got to get there at 6 a.m. said, just as bad as I want that Nikki Rich show, I gotta want that hairstyle. I got up this morning. I am not that early of a person. I had to travel over to Oakland. You know, I'm in California now. I'm originally from Nashville, Tennessee, but I'm living here in
Yes.
California now. And I was like, Lord, I know what the California streets look like this morning, but I know that I got my dream today. I'm gonna be able to save people. We left that out. I have already saved one woman with my story. A woman was about to commit suicide. She was hand in hand
Mm,
about to commit suicide. And I'll be honest with you guys. I typed to her and I was like, I can't take interviews right now because I knew I had to come to California and get my life right. Well, God said, you can't type that to her because when you come at me, I never tell you I'm too busy. So I deleted it, y'all.
mm-hmm,
And I called her. And when I called her, she was crying hysterically. And she had about 300 and something pills. And she was about to commit suicide. Now, I'll tell y'all another thing. I've never prayed for nobody else in my life. I pray for myself. I know how to pray for me. But
mm-hmm,
God took control of my tongue for me to pray for this woman so good that I could hear it in her voice that she was got my strength and she was anointed by what I stated to her. In 1 week, she turned around and she gave me a phone call. She was celebrating her divorce dinner. What she thought was gonna kill her made her better. She's a happy woman today.
mm.
I just thought I would share that.
Wow.
Now you was
I see
asking
we got.
how when am I shooting the movie?
Wait a minute. I see we got Epic Entourage. She's out of Tennessee as well. She's a TV host as well. So shout out to her that's tuned in. She
Hey,
says hi. So you definitely got to
oh
connect with
wow.
her.
Hey, how are you?
Yes. And every
Okay,
now,
and you was
what was she?
asking me about
The show, the film. You know the
the
film.
movie. Okay, what
I'm
I
still looking
done
at
is
all
I
these
have.
people. Y'all, I'm getting distracted at all the viewers, in the comments. So I'm I'm doing the interview
It's
and I'm
okay.
just listening to everybody. But what I wanted to know, about this process, when will the film come out?
Okay, what I've done is, of course, I don't have the total budget for this movie. I'll be honest with you, I don't have the total budget, but I do have a budget breakdown for the movie. I do have the script, and I do have a synopsis. So what I've been doing is I've been putting my movie on the eyes of people who could possibly, get this film out for me. So I have Lee Daniels' eyes on it. I have Kevin Durant. I've had his manager. I've also talked to Black China about it. I've talked to. I've just been trying to reach out as much as I can and let them know that this is a faith-based movie, and not only that, this movie is going to impact millions. With my story, my mission is very positive. I'm looking to turn around teens. I'm looking to heal moms. I'm looking to restore relationships with, even family in my movie.
Hmm.
In my movie, you'll learn that family gets restoration. In
Yes.
my movie, I'm also an autism mom. So in my movie, I'm also looking for real autistic children and mothers. In my movie, I'm looking for people in the LGBT community because domestic violence happens in their world as well. And my movie is diverse. So I'm looking for people of all cultures, all sexualities, to come along and be a part of this movie. Um, my mission is to
What is
save
do
and
you
to
have
continue to save.
a mhm. Do you have a timeline of when you want to shoot everything?
I do. Because I'm going to have kids in the film. I was trying to get it shot before these kids go back to school, if that makes sense.
Well, Epic Entourage said she may know someone that may be interested in being a part of the film. So, you know,
Cool.
you just,
Yeah. I have
yes.
everything together. Like I said in this movie, I'm matter of fact, that's what I want to do. I want to give some pinpoints on what the movie covers. I am a domestic violence survivor. I am a cancer survivor as well. If you see here, I was cut 5 inches across my neck to save my life. I had thyroid cancer. I still have grave disease in my eyes. If you look on some of my pictures, you can see that I still have grave disease. This movie also covers suicide because my ex-husband committed suicide. It covers mental health because in the movie you'll find out that I suffered from anxiety and depression as well. The movie also covers elderly care because in the movie you'll also find out that my grandmother wasn't taken care of correctly by a facility, but in my movie it's by a family member because it happens in everybody's family. In my movie, you'll also find teen pregnancy. You'll find childhood trauma. I'm covering so many targets that I'm a part of. And when I really think about my movie, I think, God,
You want it
thank you, I'm
all. You know,
alive. Yeah,
that's just like us having gifts. You know, people always say limit to one. Why? You know, you want to every gift that you have, you want to showcase. Just like everything you've experienced or you want to showcase, you want to do it. It's no limitations. It because it's a part of you want to highlight and showcase that. And I
for
love
real.
that you said that your child was autistic. In my, I don't want to say other life because I still do it, but I was a teacher in Charlotte Mecklenburg County schools for 8 years, and I
Wow.
taught kids with autism. And
Yeah.
I created a step team with autistic, nothing but autistic kids, because we had a basketball. It was K-5, but we had a basketball team at our elementary school, and I had created a step team. So it's dear to me, working with special needs as well as kids with autism and behavioral. That is my area as well, along with criminal
Oh my
justice.
God.
But I love it all. That's my
That's
background. I got
amazing.
degrees in that criminal justice, education, and all, in business. So, you know,
Yeah. Oh my
that's
God, it is
okay.
amazing that you say that because I actually am an autism mom of two boys, and one of them was diagnosed that he wouldn't walk or talk, and he does. So what I'm
Mhm,
doing is when my movie takes off, I'm going to create him autism books.
mhm.
So I'm coming
The
up with
Rock Center
autism books
says
for
stay
children.
strong. The
Thank
Rock
you, the
Center
Rock
says stay
Center.
strong. So if you want to
Thank
create
you.
autism big books for children, so it's
I
so much
do.
from the movies to the books, to your story. You're telling the world today, everybody. And
I also started my own business. I have Faithful Productions, and it's faithful with two L's because not only do we walk by faith, but we're going to be faithful to one another on my team. So I started Faithful Productions. I have an LLC for Faithful Productions, and I've started writing two faith-based movies that everybody can learn from with no sex and no cursing. I want to send a message that you can sit down with your kids and watch. If you can't sit
Mhm.
down and watch my movie and learn from it, I don't want my name on it. And I've also started two nonprofits as well. I'm just now getting them off the ground, but they are for domestic violence and mental health. So what I also plan to do here in California is get a house so I can house people with mental health and domestic violence problems and situations that are in transition, trying to get away because some people don't get away because they don't have nowhere to get away to. I want to
Mhm.
be that getaway. So I got
Yes.
a lot of things that I'm working on, but I have to empower women. I have to save the queens. Like that is my dream. It's my calling. Long as I leave this world saving women and have saved more people than I have ever crossed in my life, I'm okay with it. If I
I
leave
want to
this earth and
say,
people say I learned, I'm okay.
yeah, I want to say it starts here. It starts here and somewhere else and somewhere else. Telling your story, it starts, that's where it starts. That's the first step, is getting the word out, you know? And Thomas Carter said Lifetime, Hallmark, and BT have your name on it. You better say that. Yes. He said it has your name on it. It does, and even bigger. Even bigger. We got to dream and think big.
I
It's
do.
no
I definitely
limits.
do. I
It's no
dream and think
limits.
big. I've been tagging OWN, right? And I was like, so the whole time I'm tagging Nikki Rich because I love the Oprah Winfrey Network too, and the movies and the mind frame that I'm building and the storylines. It's built for that entertainment. People are gonna learn. If I sit here and I tell you about mercy or I tell you about hope, you're gonna say, Angel, that you did great with that because the ending resort of every movie that I deliver is what? God will. God will. God did. I People have got to know what God can do and what the power of the tongue can do and what faith can get you. Let me tell you something. I left my house with under $500 to move to California from Alabama.
Mm.
I'm currently sitting in my living room of my 5-bedroom house in California. Took me 40 days to get into this house. I slept in my car for 3 nights at hotel. And oh, Pepsi was my dinner. Pepsi was my dinner. But it wasn't my children's dinner, but it was mine because I know what I want for me. If I would have stayed over there in Alabama, I would have been settled instead of
And now
actually
you in
living.
a big 5 bedroom, big yard. Let them know it's a big yard. It's
It's a big
amazing.
yard, y'all. I'm in the hills, y'all. Oh my
Palm
God. And when
trees.
I wake up, I'm just like, oh my God. I'm so humbled that I'm still waking up dreaming. I'm still pinching myself because I'm sorry. I'm so humble. It's like, I'm really living in California in the hills. This is really my house. What? And I just have to say that I have Thomas Carter to thank for even believing in me. It started with him believing in me and writing my script. The man is
Mhm.
creative. He has a character development out this world. And for him to move me over here and write my movie and also help me paying me, I'm supposed to pay him for the movie. He paid me so I can eat, sleep, whatever he can do. He do not know that I am forever grateful for that. But I hope you watching and you know that like you believed in me when nobody would. I inboxed a million people on Facebook trying to get my story out because I know that there's a girl out there, a 16-year-old girl where I was. It's a 50-year-old girl where I was. It's a 23-year-old woman shutting the world out. It's a lady going in the store hoping nobody says hi. I was
Mhm.
her.
Yes. And
I'm
I see
out of
we
that
got
dark place.
we got very good films. Thank you for tuning in. He says keep going, following your dreams and visions. God got you. Thanks, Thomas, for the invite. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Now we got so many people tuned in. Now we want to know how can they connect with you? Where can they go to?
They can connect with me on my social media handles, which would be my IG at Angel I underscore survive. Or they could contact me on my email as well, which would be my productions email, which is faithful with two L's, the number one, productions with an S at gmail.com.
And again, what's your Facebook
Oh, and my Facebook, correct. My Facebook is Angel I Survive Thomas-Spann.
and your website?
I don't have a website yet. I'm just
Okay.
getting started and just getting to feel my life. The plans that God has for me is moving further than the plans I have, faster than the plans I have for myself. Honestly,
Yes, it's moving fast. Look, you done got a stylist. You done got a director. You done got everything. New
so it's like,
home. It's like happening
whoa.
so fast.
I'm I'm grateful though. It's just like when people say, "What got you here?" Faith. Like God is controlling all of this. My life is moving faster than the plans I have for myself. They think I'm crazy when I holler out He's doing something so big behind my back because y'all, this is all behind my back.
And now, real quickly, as we wrap things up, where can I mean, you have any shout outs for anybody who supported you, show love, or thank you, to anybody out there?
My shout outs would definitely have to go to Nia Renee Thomas Carter. Of course, I already thanked him, so I said him second. But Nia Renee, she is actually a cast member. I looked at her and I said, "Ooh, she could play my daughter in my movie." Take in mind, I said this in January, Miss Nikki Rich. I said this in January, but the girl has been a friend. She rode all the way here with me to California. She's here for me when I say mentally and physically and emotionally, one of those type of friends. One of those friends to say, "How your day going? How you feeling today?" I've never had that before. I've never
Mm,
had someone say, you okay today, ain't you? Or, what are you doing today? A friend that says that every day, not just looking for something, but actually checking on my
mm-hmm.
mental. Because I suffer.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
I suffer.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for me that I have met someone like that while going where I'm going.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. And just having that support
My
and
mom, Angelia, she's watching. I'm sorry. I got to tell my mom I love her. She knows I love her. I love her more than life itself. Um, Thank you for believing in me, Miss Nikki, and having me on here. Like, it was a dream. People looked at me like I was crazy. And
mhm.
it really happened.
It was gonna happen, honey.
So,
It was.
honestly, thank you. God is so good. I'm grateful to be on
He
here.
is.
Like,
He is.
I was just like,
We
what?
just wanted
When I
you
can't
to tell
repeat
your
it to
story.
myself, yeah, I want people to learn from me. I want my story to be told. I
Mhm,
want people like, because some people get burnt in domestic violence and they don't want to be seen
mhm,
anymore, because they care about how their face look. And I care like I was like that about my teeth and about my hair when I go out in places when I don't wear my dentures or my dentures broke. Like right now, people laughed at me in my neighborhood. I was made fun of about my teeth. And when he did that to my hair and this girl had to do my hair, everybody said she cut her hair off for that, not knowing that I didn't cut my hair off. I went down 17 stairs.
mm,
So I had no control over how I looked, and people judged me for that. So my reason for coming out of this and showing people me like this is because I want to rebuild love, self-love,
mhm,
self-care for women who basically tried to be destroyed because we're not destroyed. It was a try.
mhm.
The best advice is only a try. You can bounce back. I'm not my hair. I'm not my teeth. I'm Angel.
Yes. I love that. And we're gonna end on that. That is so perfect, Angel. That's what I love. I love about you. I want to thank you for being our featured guest today. You are amazing. You have inspired so many that's been through domestic violence, as well as those who are entrepreneurs who's out there looking, that's in the film industry, that's about to, step out on faith and pursue their vision and make it happen. And for those who are looking to move, sometimes we have to uproot and we have to move. We have to move sometimes. And,
Yeah.
God will pour out his blessings. He will place people in your path. But wait a minute. Before we end, y'all, we have one of the Oprah Winfrey Network show cast members on of Love and Marriage Huntsville, Miss Vanessa Rogers Tracy. She is the mother of Melody on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Y'all on. She said she enjoyed us. Thank you, Miss
Oh, thank
Vanessa.
you.
She has t-shirts. Y'all can go support her as well. She is a cast member. Y'all can watch on Saturdays on the OWN Network. Shout out to Miss Vanessa. We love her. She is amazing. She's beautiful. And if you watch OWN, you know Love and Marriage Huntsville, one of my favorites shows on the OWN Network. So thank you for tuning in and even watching Miss Angel. So, that is so awesome. We love Miss Vanessa. And it's always good, when we have supporters and people that's tuned in from the OWN Network. Thank you so much. And again, as we wind down, I thank you so much for being our guest. It's going to be so much more we're going to be sharing. We want everybody to share this interview. We want it to get out everywhere. Tell everybody about Miss Angel. Everybody has a story to tell. But today we're hearing Miss Angel Thomas-Spann story. And I thank you again for being our guest. And much love to you. As again, we always end by saying we wish you all the best, much love and success. And thank you for being
Thank
on the Nikki
you.
Rich Show. Thank you so much.